Oh, now who could have saw this coming? Oh, that's right. A lot of us here who was not brain dead and knew that if you push a whole bunch of freaking bullshit on a news outlet, not asking the president of the United States serious questions because it's their guy. Who could have saw this coming? Who could have saw that once they couldn't use the hatred of Trump in order to get raised no more. That a lot of people will probably get let go. Probably people will probably got fired. I know freaking they just let freaking potato head Brian Stelter go, and they let Chris Cuomo go because the accusations that came out with him and his brother. But now Don Lemon ended up getting demoted, and he's saying that the new gig, like the primetime show that he got demoted from, he says on the morning show it's a promotion because CNN is going broke. After Discovery came in and said like, yo, we need to focus more on legitimacy and actually pushing towards hard questions on president. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat president. Don Lemon is like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to play fair when it comes to Democrats and Republicans. I'm about to sit here and play kiss ass to the Democrats all day if I want to. And guess what? He ended up getting demoted. Don Lemon ended up getting demoted from Primetime. I wanted to do the show, do the story like a couple days ago, but like I said, I'm busy with work. This is not a full-time thing, get people. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody already heard the news by now. Don Lemon got demoted from his primetime show. Imagine getting removed from your primetime show and getting put on the morning news where viewership is way more lower and say it's a promotion. See, this is how in denial, or how this is how Don Lemon tries to play his fan base that he knows is like too dumb to listen. Getting put on the morning show from a primetime night show, that's not a promotion. That is less viewership, less money. So if it's a freaking promotion, then people working at McDonald's is a dream job. I don't get it, people. How the hell could someone be this damn denial and be like, how can somebody freaking lose their primetime show because of BS stories, biasness when it comes to freaking Democrats and Republicans, and act like when somebody calls him out on his BS, he's like, no, it's not BS, you're just stupid. How can anybody believe this? No, for real. How can anybody believe this crap? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys already know the story by now. Freaking Don Lemon got demoted from his primetime show because instead of actually trying to be like, the new owner of CNN, instead of having to be a biased news outlet and try to have it be more fair, they want to ask Joe Biden real tough questions. Don Lemon didn't want to do that because he's a kiss ass to the Democrat Party. See, this is what happens. We have a new boss who ain't taking no shit because because he's the owner now. He wants people to watch CNN. Don Lemon doesn't. It's all just a game to him. It's all just a political game to him. So let me guys read you this article from the New York Post. Ratings challenge CNN. Will we shuffle the deck chairs on a slowly sinking network? Pushing out left-leaning primetime host Don Lemon from his plum solo slot to a newly created morning team boss Chris Lynch announced Thursday. Lemon will join Caitlin Collins and Poppy Harlow to replace current New Day hosts John Berman and Breonna Keller. Lynch's long anticipated move to drop Lemon from primetime comes as the new corporate overlord. Warner Bros. Discovery pledged to shift CNN away from opinion-based shows to more central supporter of the news. Last month, the network canned Brian Stelter, the outspoken host of the now canceled Reliable Source, and that's in quotations. Lemon, who often exposed his liberal opinions on his 10 p.m. show Don Lemon Tonight, helmed the lowest ranked primetime program in primetime in August, averaging 660,000 viewers to finish a distant third to Fox and MSNBC. And again, I said this before, I say it again. Regardless about how you feel about Fox News, if you're a left winger who watches my channel, or if you're a right winger who watches my channel and you're watching MSNBC, regardless of how you feel about Fox News, that show gets ratings. It gets ratings. So when people say Fox News is trash, Fox News is fake news, in which in some instance it is trash, it is fake news. But the one thing you can't argue is that they got money. And Discovery, and before the Discovery bought CNN, when AT&T had it, AT&T is a much bigger, much more expensive company than the companies of Fox Network. They had the money. They had the freaking the sponsorships. They had the programming. They had the people. But because CNN would rather play this biased ass bullshit called news, they was digging their own grave because, hey, they did everything in the power to get Trump out of office, and guess what? They succeeded. And now that Trump's gone, they can't blame everything on him anymore. I said this about 2 years ago when Joe Biden got elected. CNN was digging their own grave because while they was getting millions of views for bashing on Trump because it was the popular thing to do, it was the normal thing to do. That's in quotations. They didn't understand, without Trump, they are nothing. And you guess what? I was right. A lot of people on this platform, whether it be Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, left-wingers, progressives, we was right. Without the hatred of Trump, these networks are nothing. And now you got people going towards, like myself, whether it be Eric July, whether it be Greg Foreman, the Black Conservative Perspective, whether it be Tim Pool. People are going to those platforms in order to find some legitimate news. And they got nobody else to blame but themselves. When it came to Chris Cuomo getting fired, when it came to Brian Stelter getting fired, when it came to Don Lemon getting demoted, because who wants to hear BS stories every goddamn day? They can't keep on bashing Trump because Trump's not in office. That plan's not gonna work. Every time a news story did come forth when it came to Trump, and CNN was the first one to go into it, trying to get some more viewership, it did not work. It did not work. Now they talking about voting rights, which anybody with common sense knows that the whole voting rights thing is about illegal immigration, not for black people. Now it's all about they won't even ask serious questions about this inflation or the miraculous government spending or sending over $44.5 billion to Ukraine funding a war that we should not be in. Instead of asking tough questions like that about the inflation, about the Federal Reserve increasing the rates, they don't want to ask questions like that because that goes against their guy. It goes against their guy, Joe Biden. And if you guys have been paying attention like I have, if you know CNN, MSNBC, they're all paid Democrat programs. They're not dependable news. They're not reliable sources. They're not freaking bipartisan. They're not none of that. They ask the tough questions to the Republicans. They don't ask tough questions to the Democrats. Prime example. When was the last time you ever heard any of these news outlets? And I use that in quotations for people who's probably listening to this probably with their phone turned off. When was the last time you actually heard any of these media outlets ask the Democrats, any of these white liberal Democrats, if they're racist? When was the last time you actually heard anybody ask them, or when some freaking that Joy Behar? When was the last time anybody actually came after Joy Behar for some of her racist takes on black people? When was the last time these mainstream media outlets, left-wing media outlets, ever asked questions about that? I give you a hint. They don't, because that's not the narrative they're trying to push. They try to push conservatives, Republicans, evil, Democrats, liberals, the saints for black people. They are the saints, which they're not, because most of these policies they push, they end up hurting the black Americans. They end up hurting disenfranchised communities. They end up hurting the people that they claim they're helping. They stopped talking about BLM. As soon as Joe Biden got in office, boom, they stopped talking about BLM. But during Trump's last year, that was all they talked about. They stopped talking about BLM as soon as Joe Biden got in office. That's how you know they're partisan. That's how you know. That's how you know the freaking BS news, because they're not doing it equally. Okay, I've been going on a rant for far too long. Let me go and keep going with this. A rep for CNN said the network would be making. Okay, let me go past that. Insiders have earmarked Casey Hutt as a possible replacement for Lemon, or for the 9 p.m. slot, which was left open when Chris Cuomo was fired last year over his role in advising his older brother, then New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, in his sexual harassment scandal. Sources recently told the Post that Litch has his work cut out for him as he tries to pump up the network's ratings. In August, Fox News dominated with 9 shows, making the top 10 highest rated cable news shows. Only MSNBC's Rachel Maddow pulled out a 5th place ranking with 2.7 million viewers. Lagging behind Fox The 5, 3.4. Tucker Carlson tonight, 3.3 million. And Sean Hannity, 2.9. And Jesse Waters Primetime, 2.9. The only CNN show to crack the top 25 was Anderson Cooper, 360. And 25th place with 950,000 viewers. Meanwhile, New Day came in 42nd place out of 82 cable news shows, bringing in 396 total viewers. CNN did not provide a start date for the changes, but said it will name New Day. An update is set later this year. Berman and Keller will remain at the network, Litch said. Okay, so I'm guessing this is who is going to replace. No, that's not who it is. The exec is known for his previous success launching MSNBC's Morning Joe and revamping CBS Morning News, which is then called CBS This Morning. Both shows feature lively conversations about current topics and news of the day with a broad selection of guests. Here's the thing, man. When you have a freaking a black token talking point like Don Lemon, who says, "Oh, he knows the hardships of Black America. He's all about this. He's all about that." But everything most of the stuff that the guy says, it doesn't really help, or the policies that he brings forth, it doesn't help Black Americans. So instead of actually confronting the main problem, which is the Democrats, because the Democrats have been abusing the black vote for over 50 years. Instead of going towards them for that, instead of like saying like, yo, okay, so this policy is put in place. You said it was going to help out Black Americans, but it's not actually helping Black Americans. So what's the problem going on? Instead of like putting forth policies like that, or actually like, yo, taxes are the main problem for the middle and low class. So how come we just don't get rid of taxes? Instead of like asking serious questions like that, instead of actually like, okay, so maybe it's best for the government to not get involved in every little thing that is helping the middle and low class get even richer. Like, you know, the stock market, cryptocurrency, whether you believe cryptocurrency is a legitimate thing or not, it's irrelevant. It's literally irrelevant at this point. If we're talking about legitimacy in news, it's irrelevant. But the fact is, you got these freaking left-wing news outlets who are not asking legitimate questions, and the people that they are catering to, mainly liberal Black people, are not watching them. Instead, again, they're watching people like me, people like Greg Foreman, the Black Conservative Perspective, people like Tam Poole, people like the Black Authority. If you guys know who that is on YouTube, the Black Authority. They're watching people like that for legitimate news. They're not going towards CNN. They're not going towards, maybe they're going towards MSNBC, but they're not going towards CNN, because CNN is a freaking crap show. Now, let me go ahead and show you this article. Don Lemon claims new CNN role is a promotion despite losing primetime show. Again, this is how delusional he is, and this is how much denial this guy is in. This guy could have been 2 years ago when Trump was in office. He was making over a million viewers a day. Now that Joe Biden is in and he's not doing legitimate news on Joe Biden, people ain't watching it. People ain't watching it because the Trump hate is not there no more. People ain't worried about Trump right now. They worry about Joe Biden and his policies. They worry about the freaking Ukraine. They worry about the freaking disinflation. They worry about this recession. They more worried about race going up. They worry about the freaking dollar menu at McDonald's not being $1 no more. It's $2 now. Burger King, dollar menu gone. All these restaurants that's supposed to be a dollar gone. They more worried about that. They're not worried about freaking what Trump's tax returns, or they're not worried about freaking Trump coming to DC. They're not worried. They're not worried about that. They're not worried about that. They're more worried about money coming out of their pocket from all this miraculous government spending. But you know, we can't say we ain't see this coming, because I saw it coming. I saw this coming like freaking 500 miles away. I knew that CNN was a freaking dead company. And you know, Discovery came in and tried to make it better. They, instead of like done them and say, okay, so maybe we should be more fair when it comes to the news. Maybe we should actually start asking, you know, the hard questions towards the Biden administration, because people are furious at Joe Biden, and more people are leaning towards the Republicans for the midterm election. Instead of like doing stuff like that, he's like, wait, holding the Democrats accountable for some of the policies they put in place. I don't know what that means. The Democrats are the saviors for black people. The Democrats have always been saviors for black people. No, they haven't. They still haven't. They still haven't to this day. They kept on misusing the black vote. And when you have a person in charge of CNN now who wants to be less biased, more bipartisan, who wants to take it to both Democrats and Republicans, John Lemon don't want to hear it. He had to play the freaking biased Democrat news outlet, and now he lost his primetime show, and somewhere down the road he's gonna get fired. He's gonna get fired, just like Brian Stelter, just like Chris Cuomo. The three top guys on freaking CNN. Two of them are gone. Does Don Lemon not think he's gonna be next? If he is gonna be gone in the next year or two, I'm gonna be right here in the same spot, living in this apartment complex, making these videos, laughing at his dumb ass. I will. I promise you. That day comes, I'll be laughing at his dumb ass for being a biased political hack. Fuck CNN. Fuck Don Lemon. You guys should have played freaking bipartisan. You guys should have not been so damn biased with your news outlets. Now you're in the sickest ship. Now you're running a dead company. At this point, CNN might be sold off to the highest bidder, and who knows? Maybe it might be by a libertarian. Maybe it might be by a Republican. Maybe it might be by freaking Trump. Who knows what might happen down the road? Because right now CNN can barely save its own ass, because the people that they claim they're doing the news for, they're not even watching. Who legitimate that is not biased is watching CNN? Nobody. They're not watching CNN. But let me know what y'all think about it in comments below. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I will see y'all next one. Peace. Also, make sure you join me on my Discord. You know, the links are in the description below. You guys want to have a conversation, want to talk. You guys want to promote your own videos. You want to talk about gaming, movies, and TV shows, or politics. You know, just hit that link in the description box below, and let's have a chat. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch. I'll be on my Twitch sometimes, just playing games, just be chilling. Some new games coming out this year that I want to play, especially when it comes to Resident Evil games, and just make sure you subscribe there, you follow me there, and let's have some fun. Also, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because the YouTube algorithm is hurting everybody at this point, and they do not like seeing small guys like myself grow. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because your man try to get paid here, people. It don't take nothing but a second.